Hi guys, back again with me Austin from Mobile at Heart. Today I'm going to share to you my experience on Bandai's SHFigurearts Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Star-Lord figure. So this is based on his appearance on the movie Volume 2. And by the way, if I'm not mistaken, this was web exclusive of some sort, so that's why in the packaging style here they don't give a window. Normally SHF has that window to see the figure directly, and I'll just discuss the packaging. They put this figure inside this brown box. Okay, Star-Lord, blah blah blah, and this is what's inside. So let's take a look at this packaging more. Okay, the artwork at the front, all the details, Bandai, the name Marvel on top. Down there, Japanese bit of possibility from the figures, and at the back several sets of other poses that I think it explains the features, right? The articulation, the accessories, and the mold, which is one of the strength of this line as well. And inside is typical SHF packaging style. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at Star-Lord. Oops. Okay, I'm sorry guys. Kind of curious what's going on behind this jacket. And by the way, this jacket is rubbery, but I don't recommend you to take it out because it will look very ugly. Look at that. This is the SHF joints here. Anyway, so I don't suggest that. I don't think they created or designed it to be that way, but just want to look if there's any details on the back, but nothing much really. Anyway, let's take a look at the head sculpt first. Well, of course, always head sculpt for SHF is one of the best in this scale, and I think they are one of the pioneer in the face printing technology for this scale as well. I may be wrong though, but that's what my impression is, and it's always been so impressive with the human movie or real life actors. They are doing very well. I'll do comparison with the Hasbro version later on, of course, but this is superb as always. Okay, it looks spots really cool by the way, and the paint is really nice as well. The the hat, and yeah, it's cool. And the body, the t-shirt here is it came with the details here, the lettering as well. It's just printed, I think. The jacket, this one feels rubbery, this part, okay, elastic, so you can take it out, but not advisable. There's no benefit to that, just out of curiosity really. It is painted rather nicely. Okay, looks like a leather jacket, awesome. The mold is really nice as well. And the part on the arms also really nice. I think they designed it very well, because if you look from the inside here, you don't see any opening to the t-shirts inside, so that's cool. And the skin tone is also I appreciate that the skin tones is very similar to the face. Actually, the face has more shading. The neck is kind of plain, so can be a bit weird, but yeah, I think the paint on the neck is a bit lighter compared to the rest of the face, but I think it's very minor. That's a shame. Anyway, it's pretty cool still pretty cool figure, not a deal breaker for me. Deal breaker. This part here is kind of soft. Okay, looks like an outer underwear to me, but it blends in very well. It's just want to tell you that it's rubbery, because I think a lot of joints, a lot of parts here on the SHFigurearts standards, so we'll see on the articulation department later on. But I think the mold and the paint is superb always as a standard on this figure line. The belt, look at that, all the wrinkles, all the paints, looks like leather, very nice. The boot as well. Okay, the knee is very cool as well. I think they make it so that the joint is hidden from the front, but at the back is visible. But it's still okay because the front part, which you're going to display it like this, right? Normally it's pretty much hidden, and the details on the shoes is superb as well. Nothing much down there. Just to compare the two head sculpts on the Hasbro version, this is Marvel Legends 6-inch scale. This is the SHF that I'm sharing to you right now. The Hasbro is doing a very good job with this one. Well, SHF is always very nice as well, very detailed, but it's very much stylized to their style. I'm not sure how to mention it, to Japanisation or SHFigurearts in that sense, but they have their own style, which is very cool as well. This is more accurate, I think, in a way. I may be wrong, but this is cool. Okay, just very quick comparison, and we are being given of several accessories. This is the additional hat with the mask. Okay, let's compare it to the Hasbro version. Hasbro version is darker in this regard. Both I think very well executed. Okay, so no complaints really, and yeah, very similar. The mold is very nice. I think I like the fact that the hair is being painted consistently on both, so we know it's the same person. And as always, it's painted very neatly. It's a bit metallic here and there, and the gold touches. The eye is painted nicely as well, the eye part, and the mold is very nice as well. Okay, let's try to put it on. Oh, okay, that's what inside, and I believe it's very easy. Yes, so it's a very easy change on the head sculpt area on the hat, so I really love it. Oh, by the way, we're also being given several set of hand. This is the closed fist palm set, which is the default hand. We're also being given two open palms like this. I'll rotate it so you can see the detail behind as well. And of course, we are also being given with the trigger palms on both sides of the hand. This is the left hand. This is the right hand. I'm purposely not putting it first because I want you to see that this is connected to a very small ball pack here. There's a pack hole on the arm. It's very easy. Just do it slowly and gently, and it will be set. By the way, I felt that the palm the palms that are being given to us somewhat a bit rubbery, just a little bit. I think it's for flexibility to put in the joint and to put on the accessories. Okay, this is the elemental guns, the twin elemental guns. I think it's painted very nicely as well. And let's compare it to the one that the Marvel Legends have. Okay, I think very similar concept, but the SHF is painted more in darker black on the handle there. Okay, now the most important thing, of course, is to put these pistols into his palm. Yep, very nice, very easy because the palm is quite rubbery. Okay, so let's put on the other side of the elemental pistol or gun as well. Alright, it's very easy. For the articulation, because a lot of things are going on with the body part here, I purposely take out the jacket again to see what's going on inside. But let's start from the head first. The head, as you can see when I pop up the head, on top here the connector is on a ball hinge joint. It's on ball joint, so it has all sort of ball joint motion. Okay, side to side like that, to the front and to the back. Rotation, of course, 360, I believe. But down here it also came with the neck. So I believe the connector here below this neck here, which connects the neck to the body, is also a ball joint, which allows you, okay, notice that it's the neck that moves, okay, side to side and to the front and to the back as well. So it's a ball joint. See the gap there? Now by combining these two joints, we can have a better extension, nodding down and nodding up, okay, and side to side as well. So this is a very good feature from, I think, which is quite a standard for SHF now. Alright, now for the lower part of the body, it's quite interesting because I've never seen something like this before. I think this is they cut a more part inside on this part of the shirt because it is anyway, it will be hidden because of the jacket. So to accommodate this jacket, they do something like this. Now this floating part here is not something new. SHF always came with this normally. It's their standard of joints. This is not a joint, it's just a parts that kind of floating around to follow where the joint moves, so that they can cover the gap between the joints. And it's just, I thought that it was something strange for this part to be quite visible like this, but actually it's not, because they designed this part to be visible mostly because of the jackets. I realized that this is simply a floating part of the figures, floating part molded, but inside you will see, I hope it is visible. It's not very visible. It's a ball joint there. Notice there's a ball joint, okay, a big ball joint. So no wonder it allows for butterfly joints, right? And not only butterfly joints, because it allows for a lot of movement, right? Rotation and all those kind of stuffs. And this floating parts just follow. So that's the secret with the butterfly joints, okay? And it connects to, okay, so inside is a ball joint. It connects to this part, okay. If you take it out and then remove this floating part, you'll see this huge ball, okay. So it's a ball, so you can kind of move this part of the arm a bit kind of side to side like this, you know, this kind of motion, okay. And it is, I think it's because of this movement is because of this line here. You see this line is more like it works like a hinge, okay. This is the direction that is very smooth, but if you want to do a rotation, it has some sort of click to it. It's a very good joint actually. Can be a bit tricky, but if you know how to adjust properly the hinge, okay, which is this lining and the ball and the butterfly ball inside, you will have a lot of motion. So you have this kind of movement, okay, and then you have I think it's a 360 rotation, but I don't want to force it because of the sound, which is kind of scary. But by adjusting the hinge, you can have, see, the hinge only move this side only, okay, but the ratchet, that's the one that rotates the arm, and this piece just follows, no, basically, okay. I hope it makes sense. This is the upward extension of the hinge, so it's this line here. It's very nice. Here same as well, so that's pretty cool. Now this, I think the same piece of joint here which applies here is also the piece of joint that works on this elbow. Look at that, that's the hinge, right? That's the lining which allows you to have this elbow band. And I thought they don't have rotation, but actually they do. Look at that, it rotates around. Okay, so that's the hinge. That's the hinge. Okay, it's more visible on this arm, but I believe the same mechanism is pretty much what's inside here. So it's a bad explanation using this one. Okay, so again you have this band and you have rotation, and then the same joint also, interestingly, is also the joint that is being provided on the here, what do you call this, the hand, the palm. Okay, so I already mentioned that when I pop on the palm is connected to a very small ball joint. Okay, so inside on this area is on a ball joint, so you have a lot of ball joint motion, right? Rotation and etc, side to side a little bit. But then if you see, I hope it's clear on the camera, there's a bit very thin line here, which is the gap that we seen in this part as well, and in this and at the armpit, which allows you to have hinges. Okay, so it's smoother on that side. So I believe it's probably not very visible. You have two kind of rotation. You have rotation on the palm here, and you have rotation just below here. It's not very visible, but I do believe that it is there. Let me try to kind of move the hinge alongside it. I hope I can do it. Although it's very hard again. Okay, now the hinge moves. The hinge moves. Let's try to move it. Okay, the hinge moves, so it does have rotation on that part below as well. Okay, see that part moves. That part with the circle actually moves. So it's cool. So let me show you again that okay, let me try. Yes, it does rotate, but it's much harder. It's tighter. So depending on your need, just adjust the rotation according to what you need. Okay, now inside here we have a gap on this crunch. I suspect it is a ball joint. Okay, so I try to hold this below part. Okay, so I think you have a bit side to side, a bit to the back, a bit to the front as well, and it's very tight. But down here we also have a kind of ball joint. I think this softer part, this rubbery part, kind of designed that way to kind of cover the gap here on this two sides. So I think we have by adjusting this belly joint, we have to the front, we have to the back, and we have side to side as well, which I just show you. So that's cool. Oops, kind of pop off. Yes, that's a ball joint inside, so don't worry. Okay, voila. That's okay, nothing broke. So I think we have rotation up here, but it's very tight, but we also have rotation down here. Okay, so by utilizing these two combination, we have that much. Oh, okay, it's a ball joint again. It's a ball joint. Let me try to put it on. Okay, by adjusting these two joints, okay, below and in the middle, we have that much crunch. To the back, I think a little bit more, that much, and side to side, a lot actually. Let me try. Okay, quite a lot. Okay, so it's cool. It's pretty cool. And now the leg here on the thigh is a ball joint. It's a ball joint. Okay, so I'm not sure if this piece that holding the ball joint, the big ball joint here, is another swivel down here. I'm not really sure about that. It's possible, but it seems that the rotation here is from the ball joint itself. So I'm not sure. I'm not going to try to pop it off and see, but as long as I know that it's a ball joint, that's good with an opening. See, there's an opening for room to allow for a good split, if not for this softer part. Okay, so that's how big, sorry, how wide is the opening. And we have front kick, we have back kick because it's a ball joint, right? So that's cool. Full rotation, awesome. So we do have full rotation up there, awesome. The knee is here, again this gap part, the hinge this much, you can bend this much. Oh, that's how the joint actually works. So that's very cool. I don't think we have rotation. Even if we do, it's not much really. No, there's no movement, just that much. And below on the ankle we have a ball joint. It's a ball joint, so yeah, up and down, a bit of pivot because it's a ball joint, so I think it's good. Okay, and we have full rotation, I believe, so that's cool. And a bit of toe joints here. Just out of curiosity, I want to know how the articulation is with the jacket on. So let's see. How about the arm? Yeah, I think it's cool. It works well with the arms. Okay. The parts that I mentioned are working. And let's see the rotation down here. Yep. Okay. So it works. Alright, and it is much better. I mean, it's hidden better because of the jacket and the piece down here. So it's kind of here covered. It's covered. The gap is covered. So they really put a lot of thought into the engineering of the joints in this figure. Okay, start load here for I think that's around almost 5.75 inches tall. So that's probably around 5.6 to 6.5 or 5.60 inches tall, around that. Okay, a bit short than 6 inch, so I don't think we can combine him to Marvel Legends. This is compared to Marvel Legends Volume 2 Guardians of the Galaxy, and notice Hasbro is much bigger, of course, from the sculpt of the head and the accessory that I compared. It's very apparent. Even to, let me grab, even Mantis, this is Bath Mantis, is a lot taller than, I mean, not a lot, but still taller than Star-Lord, so it's not a very good scale for this Star-Lord to be blended with the Marvel Legends. This is compared to Star Wars, still shorter. Okay, very close but shorter, so very short and smaller. So not only shorter but also smaller in scale. Okay, so overall I really like this figure. I hope that Bandai will seriously consider to do the rest of the team. Okay, because we know there's Rocket Raccoon, but no Gamora and tracks, because it will be cool, and I will definitely get them because I really like this figure. I mean, I like Guardians of the Galaxy, and having it in this awesome mold, awesome articulation is really, really cool to me. Okay, so thanks guys for watching. I'm Austin from A Boy at Heart. Subscribe to the channel, like the video. Bye bye.